Thanks all for joining me. Today, in my view, is an historic day. For the first time in American history, we have seen a president of the United States of America stand on a picket line and make it clear that he is supporting the working class of our country. And that is a very big deal. A week ago Friday, as some of you may know, I was also in Detroit with the United Automobile Workers. And I will tell you why I was there. I was there to stand up to the extraordinary level of corporate greed that we are seeing in the automobile industry today. Really quite incredible. In the first half of 2023, the big three automakers made a combined $21 billion in profits, up 80% from the same time period last year. Over the entire decade, the past decade, these same companies made some $250 billion in profits in North America alone. Last year, the big three automobile companies spent $9 billion, not to improve the lives of their workers, not to make their factories safer, but on stock buybacks and dividends to make their wealthy executives and stockholders even richer. Further, while many of the workers in the automobile industry are struggling to survive financially, last year the CEO of General Motors made $29 million in total compensation, $29 million. The CEO of Ford made $21 million, and the CEO of Stellantis received over $25 million in total compensation. So what you're seeing is the people who run these companies doing phenomenally well while their workers are falling further and further behind. There was once a time when a union job in the automobile industry was the gold standard for the working class of this country. They did better than any other manufacturing worker in America. But unfortunately, those days are long gone. The average starting wage at the big three today is around $17 an hour. And that's less than a number of non-union auto plants around the country. And no matter how long you have worked at the automobile industry, and some of these workers have been there 30, 40 years, the top wage is all of $32 an hour. And unbelievable, maybe most importantly, to understand what's going on in the automobile industry today, over the last 20 years, the average wage for American auto workers has decreased by 30% after adjusting for inflation. Once again, over the last 20 years, the average wage for an automobile worker has gone down by 30% in inflation adjusted for dollars. The reality is that auto workers at the big three are earning less today than they did 15 years ago. So that's why these guys are angry. That's why these men and women are standing up and fighting for economic justice. And what the UAW is fighting for is not radical. Is that it is the totally reasonable demand that auto workers who have made enormous financial sacrifices over the last 40 years finally receive a fair share of the record-breaking profits that their labor has produced. And let me just say this, if I might. What the UAW is fighting for is not just for automobile workers. Really, they are fighting for every American in this country. What they are saying is that we have got to end the unprecedented level of corporate greed that we see every single day, where the people on top are doing phenomenally well, while working class people and middle class people are struggling. So today in America, where we have more income and wealth inequality than we have ever had, where we have more concentration of ownership than we have ever had, 60% of our workers are living paycheck to paycheck. We have 500,000 people literally sleeping out on the street. We've got 85 million people who are either uninsured or underinsured. We have 45 million people are struggling with student debt. So what we got today, and what we have had for many years now, is an economy that is doing just great for the people on top, not doing well at all for the working class or the middle class of this country. And that's what the UAW is standing up and fighting for. They want an economy, they want an industry that works for everybody. They want an economy that works for all of us. So I just want to applaud the UAW for what they are doing, and to make it clear that, in my view, they are fighting for every working class American. Thank you all very much.